All right, here with assistant coach Rob Klinkhammer ahead of tonight's game against the Iowa Wild. And Coach, we're here in Movember. Are you going to join the ranks and shave the beard a little bit, or are you going to let it ride?
I think I'll just let it ride, unfortunately. I don't know. I've had the beard for so long, I feel like I'd look weird without it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll mourn that we don't have you as a part of our mustache ranks. You can really see mine coming in pretty strong, right?
That thing's thick. Like it's intimidating.
Let's talk about the power play. Leading the league in terms of percentage, only a few weeks in here, but it's looked really strong so far. How much fun has it been to watch these guys snap it around?
Yeah, it's a lot less stressful when the guys are having success. But I know I've said this to you a few times. You can draw up things, and we have sort of our philosophies and structure, but the guys have to make it their own. So I thought they've done a great job of doing exactly that. They've taken what we've talked about, and they've kind of molded it into what works for them. And I think the biggest thing for them is just they've been working. Like, they work hard. It's not like out there standing still, snapping pucks around. Like, those guys are putting in full effort every time. They've executed in times, and we've tried to execute. It's not always going to be, roses and sunshine, but we're going to enjoy this while it lasts. But, all the credit goes to those guys and what they've done out there.
We've seen a young 20-year-old defenseman, Ethan Del Mastro, kind of quarterback that top power play unit as well. What went into the decision to put him on that top unit?
Yeah, he's one of the top young prospects here. He's got some great offensive instincts. The thing I love most about Ethan is he's really coachable. So a couple things that we've talked about in isolated situations, we've showed him a few clips. We've gone out and worked on it, and he's just taking it right to games. So he's been great to work with. He's got an awesome attitude, and I think he looks at it as an opportunity. He's got a really good mindset about him. So he's not taking it lightly. I think it's a great chance to be on the first unit, but he's delivered too, so he deserves to be there.
Talking outside of the power play now, this IceHogs group as a whole has put up some pretty strong offensive numbers through the first handful of games. But talking with guys like Joey Anderson, who right now leads the team in scoring, he was talking earlier this week about taking care of the defensive side first before anything. What's impressed you so far about how this forward group, has tracked back defensively?
Yeah, well, it's kind of one of our philosophies, and it's no secret to anyone, but defense leads to offense. Like, if you don't have the puck, if the other team has the whole time, if you're in your zone wasting your energy defending the whole time, just going 50-50 in puck battles, you're not going to have a lot of offensive chances. So it begins with pace in your D zone, that willingness to defend, not faking it. Like, guys are in there with some jam. They want to kill plays. We've worked on some things like our D zone retrievals and exits. I think have been great at times. Like, just awesome the way the guys have taken things and run with it, and that leads to stuff in offense. I think it's a huge chance to be able to tack off the rush, and that starts with our D-zone exits. So you get that opportunity. We've talked about these certain situations, and like I say, you can talk about everything you want, but if the guys don't go out there and deliver and execute, it doesn't mean anything. So all the credit's given to them.
There's a lot of leadership qualities in that top six forward group, but then also some younger guys have matriculated in for the IceHogs as well. What are you most wanting to see out of guys like a Jalen Lipin or a Colton Dock or a Marcel? Not to lump them all together, but what are maybe kind of the biggest pillars that you're hoping to instill in them early?
I don't know if it's anything we want to instill. I think a lot of it as a young guy is just it's a different league. You're playing with men. This is guys' jobs now. They got families, they got kids, they got to provide for them. It's a little bit different level than junior. There's more pressure. These guys, they look at it as their job. So just bringing it every day, being consistent, and learning from some of the older guys. Like some of these guys like Joey, Gusty, Scenes. They got great habits on the ice, off the ice. They're good guys, but they work hard. They come to work every day. So just taking in what they like and kind of learn from those guys. But then they got to find their own way too, as for young pros. Like, what worked for somebody isn't necessarily going to work for you. You got to be a good professional. You got to be consistent, but you got to find your own way in this game. So I just think that stuff kind of goes hand in hand. But the young guys have been great so far. Like I said this about Delhi before, but it's the same for all those guys you just mentioned. Really coachable, fun to work with. They want to learn. They're excited to be here every day. Obviously, the end goal is the NHL, and everyone should keep that in the back of their mind. This is just a pit stop along the way. But having good attitude and working on your craft down here only lead to more success in the future. So I think these guys have done a great job of that.
One guy I mentioned, Jalen Lipin, wanted to kind of ask about him specifically. From up top, he looks like he's very active. He's noticeable when he's on the ice. What have you liked out of his game in these first few weeks?
Yeah, I love his motor and his compete, right? Like, he's got great instincts. He finds that pocket in the D zone really well. Our D know he's there. He's consistent. and you know what you're getting out of him shift by shift. He's a kid that wears his heart on his sleeve. He's right in the game every game. But you know he's going to give you everything he has every single shift, and that's something you can't teach. It's obviously something that was instilled in him at a young age, and he's carried that on. So that's something you love to see, and it's hard. It's a long season and it's early, so we'll see how it goes. But that's a challenge for him to keep in that pace and that effort every day the same. Just being consistent with that. So, but early, again, a kid that really coachable, great to work with, positive attitude, but that's kind of what you notice on him is just his motor never stops.
All right. Thanks, Coach. We wish you guys luck tonight and wish you good luck with that mustache as well.
Thank you.